bit of magic. Life is tricky. A little bit of magic. And the magician is the truth, while the audience is the illusion. Not too long ago, there was a magician who came from a small town no one had heard of and no one had been to. But this magician was real, and so was his magic. The problem was the audience could never truly believe it. The audience could truly never completely see the magic as anything other than a trick. After arriving in the big city from the land that no one knew, this magician and his magic were different. His magic was fresh, and his trick was, well, there was no trick at all, for his magic was real. After the first show at a simple venue with very few people to say, or pay, or pray became, it was very clear that he didn't need a crystal ball to see the future, but in this big city, magic was dead. D-E-A-D, kaput. Nobody believed in magic. They only knew it to be a trick. And such, over time and over test upon the trick, the world would wonder, because less and less, even fewer folks would wonder anything beyond what they already knew. Everybody knew everything back then. Now this became the new way of the new world, as the old minds died and passed new mystery on to their children's history, as towns became cities and cities became centers for cross-cultural mixing. The less people were different and the more they became the same. People everywhere increasingly identified with what is and not what was. As the last of the old left, the past was forgotten and erased as a distant, foggy memory, an ancient fable of archaic oddities, and ends with neither nor roots nor growth. The new world was now a loop of recycled old flavor and fashions of the unfree thinkers. So as with the old, out with the new. And this now became very clear to the magician that magic soon too would be D-E-A-D, dead, kaput. For the magic is as strong as those who believe in it. Soon the magician's shows were cancelled and his theater foreclosed. Nobody wanted magic anymore. They were too caught up in movies and mobile vehicles and mobile cell phones and mobile meals. They were mobile, moving faster and faster, yet going nowhere. But only the magician, as an outsider, could really see in. So, as his final show came to pass, there was about one lonely audience member, a little lonely girl, who seemed rather unimpressed with the magic and his final act. And she stayed till the end, and she watched him bring a rabbit right from his hat, and doves fly from his sleeves, but at the end of the show, she refused to leave. See, she knew that something had to explain the trick, so she wanted to talk to the man behind the mask and curtain and the fix. Backstage, she knocked on the door. Mister, I want to know about your magic. You get out here, you tell me what the trick is. Mister, I'm just a little girl. Please? Backstage, she knocked on the door, marked with a faded old gold star, and to her surprise, the magician didn't answer the door. Simply, slowly, before long, it swung open. And there in the shadow was the magician, and he spoke. What is it you desire, my little princess? The little girl replied, I wish to know the tricks behind your lies. And yes, my lies. But I have no lies, only illusions. said the magician as he glided gently over to his seat. The little girl stood there in the doorway and persisted. I don't believe in magic, but I do believe in your tricks. Now, if you'd share your secrets, please, I'll tell no one. The magician stared into the mirror before him. As he wiped the makeup on his face, he took off his hat, and his pet bunny hopped out and sat on his lap. Ha ha! Doink! Do you like my bunny? Said the magician. Yes, replied the little girl. He wiped off his makeup some more and smiled, showing his teeth, and then said, Do you want to keep my bunny? He's old and needs a new home. The little girl didn't answer. She just listened with concern. The magician wiped off the last of his makeup and revealed that he was an old man, and he said, My bunny needs to be loved, and if he has a new home where he is loved, then all the magic, all the tricks you call will be more than that. They will be yours. The little girl's eyes widened, and she spoke. Well, see, I see your face is a trick. Even you show your mask, okay, but I'm not impressed with your trickery, and I don't think my mother would like me to bring a bunny home. Not one bit. The magician smiled a sad smile and turned back to the mirror. Maho, maho. The little girl said, Why do you look so sad? The magician replied, Because not every little girl with all the imaginings in the world believes in me, and worse still, you don't believe in my magic. The little girl states, Well, it's called a magic trick, so I believe in tricks, and I don't know no such thing as magic. Then in a puff of smoke, in a flash of the mirror, the magician disappeared. The little girl stared on with wild amazement, and as the smoke and dust settled, all that remained was a shadow of where the magician sat, and back into his hat jumped the bunny. The doing. The little girl grasped at the shock and stunned slowly turned around the old dressing room. She was alone. She carefully walked to the chair where the magician's hat remains, and she looked into the hat, and all she saw was the dark hole to where the rabbit had gone. The end. The hole.